Hello, hi, how are you? It's time for a general update video. Update 1, I moved. There we go. Just do the thing. Um, so there's going to be a little bit of a disconnect. Sorry, I just realized that this was not taking up the whole screen and it's going to bother me. There we go. Update 1, I moved. Yay! So there's going to be a little bit of a disconnect for a little while because I had no idea how long moving was going to take and when I was going to be able to get the chance to start doing recording stuff again. And as you can see, we're still working on the moving thing a little bit. My office still is a tiny bit of a mess, but not nearly as bad as it could be given that we've only been here since the 1st of this month. Actually, not even the 1st of this month. So technically, we owned this apartment, well, not owned, but owned this apartment at the 1st of this month, and we only started moving in, like, we did the bulk of our moving in on that weekend. So we've only been here, like, completely for a weekish. We've still both got some things at our parents' that we're moving slowly but surely. For me, the main thing that I still have is books, plushies, and many of my animals are still there because they're a pain in the butt to move. This week we should be moving my lizard, and with that also my regular, and also with that my other frog, because they live in, well, we're going to have them living in the same terrarium because Trico doesn't go in the lower half of his terrarium, and the frog that I got is a little Asian greenback, and they don't climb. Like, well, they do climb, but not like tree frog level climbing, which means that she should be fine in there regardless of how small she is, because she's small enough that she can very easily hide, and I can move the hiding places from her current little thing into there. So, like, she should be fine. I need to get more moss for the terrarium because, well, that's a thing. I might also move some of the mint in there because it's doing that thing that Ohio does where it's technically winter, but it's not that cold because it's Ohio, and Ohio is bipolar as hell when it comes to the weather. So that's a thing. And we do have my aquatic frogs, and they're hanging out over there. And my axolotls are in our bedroom. And we know where the 2 fish tanks are going to go. The cat is staying with Mother because the cat is old and grumpy and does not like change. And because both of our... Actually, I think technically all 3 of our neighbors here have dogs. And Nala does not like that other animals. So we do not want to stress out the kitten. And with her being older anyways, it's kind of a thing. So she will be staying with Mother because Mother needs something to distract herself with. And because since it's an apartment, having cats is actually more expensive than having dogs, because that's how most apartments are. Because cats have it's weird because both cats and dogs have the capability of causing more damage, but cats are just known for doing that more because they're known to not listen as well as dogs, I guess. That would have, if I had to assume, that would be the reason. Anyways, so there's going to be a disconnect on the channel for a little while because, like, I have all the way up until May scheduled. Actually, a little bit past May scheduled. Which means that, because I wanted to make sure that at least one video a week was going out, because the YouTube algorithm likes that. A lot of them is actually 2 videos a week, but that's because one of them is a regular video and then one of them is like a shorter thing. But I'm probably just going to also start putting up stuff possibly from here. The main thing that we're going to have to figure out is how I'm going to record the traditional art, because this desk here that you can see, we placed directly in front of the nice 2 big windows so that I can do traditional art better, because traditional art works better in front of windows, because natural lighting is better for doing anything in like pencil or paint or whatever. Which means that we have to figure out, 1, how we're going to set up a camera over there, and 2, how we're going to actually record it. I think the answer to 2 is going to be one of the multitude of laptops that we have strewn about the house. Because between me and my boyfriend, we have a total of 5 laptops of varying ages and quality. One of them has to work. The other question is going to be is if I'm going to continue having a face cam while I'm doing traditional art for that or not. I do have a bunch of little like animated emoji kind of things that I've been working on, so we might just use those for when I'm doing traditional art. Alternatively, I might just do the traditional art and then voice over it or whatever. I'm not sure. I'll also have to see how well this mic will pick up if I'm over there, and if not, then we have a couple other options. Update 2. Icons and banner changed. I am trying to make everything the same across all of my various platforms. That way it is easier to find me across all of the various platforms, because they all are either the same and or feature the same characters, so that you can find them. That way you know it is me. Now, again, you will also know that it's me because I have all of my specific social medias linked on my thing, which on my card. It's essentially a digital business card. Again, and links to that will be below. So that's going to be a thing. But also, even beyond the episodes that I have recorded already, that are already scheduled to go up, I do have a handful of episodes of things that were simply recorded in the old office that never quite made it up because they were recorded while we were still learning how to do editing, and thus we didn't know how to do them at that time. Like my Disney vlog, like my Tennessee vlog, like my, let's see, we have Tennessee, we have Disney, we have East Harbor. And East Harbor might not even go up until next year for Halloween, because that one was a Halloween vlog that just didn't make it up on time because we've got super busy. Happens. So, actually making the terrarium that Trico's in currently, that is another one that I recorded that we have to edit and put up. That one didn't get done because we were struggling with the editing software, so the main editing software that I use wouldn't open the footage that the GoPro took. We don't know why. So we ended up downloading a different editing software, and now we essentially are working on learning how to use that one as well. And so far what we've learned is that for more basic editing things, such as my reading and stuff, using the original software that we were using is quite frankly the easiest option because, one, this computer renders it a lot easier for some reason. I don't know why that is. And two, because that software works a lot easier for making cuts because it automatically closes the gaps. Whereas the other software, you have to manually close all the gaps. So, anyways, that bit's less important. The next update, I suppose I ought to mention, is that me and my boyfriend are in fact working on doing a gaming channel. Because he likes video games, and I'm a noob that would like to like video games. So, in fact, we might do, for me specifically, because I never really got to play games growing up. Like, I didn't get to play video games growing up because all of the video games that we had technically belonged to my brother, and me being the little sister was not really allowed to touch them. So, because there was like I think it's like 10 years age gap, something like that. There's like a really big age gap between me and like all of my siblings. So, because of that, he had the actual video game consoles, and I was mostly only allowed to watch. So we might do we might do a little experiment where we follow Matt Pat's route. For those of you who don't watch Game Theory, one, why? But two, Game Theory released an episode not long ago about how to get into gaming and how to get your child into gaming. And so what might be fun is for us to put that idea to the test, because as strange as it is, I am not massively coordinated when it comes to using my hands, which is weird to say as an artist, because I feel like that's one of the things that you should be very good at as an artist. But I am good when it comes to like making things, but there seems to be a delay between me seeing something that I have to do, my brain registering that I have to do it, and then my brain making my hands do it. So, in order to fix that delay, because that delay doesn't matter that much if you're doing like arts or crafts for the most part, because for the most part that delay is negligible when you're doing something that's taking as much time as, I don't know, sculpting something. If you're sculpting something, you could sit there and think about it for a while and then do the thing. If you're playing video games, you can't have that much of a delay. And so, because of me being essentially a noob when it comes to games, despite the ridiculous amount I know about several games, because I watch a lot of Let's Plays and stuff, because that was how I was allowed to enjoy games growing up, and thus that is how I continue to enjoy games. I enjoy watching other people play them. I enjoy watching other people play them and commentating on the things that they miss. You know, like everyone else that enjoys watching Let's Plays. So, I think we might end up putting Matt Pat's little "this is how you get better at playing video games" thing to the test with me, an adult noob that has played not a whole lot of video games that aren't considered like casual. Because, like, one of the games that I have put a ridiculous amount of effort into is, in fact, Animal Crossing, which I feel like only furthers to prove the fact that I am a filthy casual. So there's that. There's also... I have played a couple, like... I have played the mobile ports of FNAF 1 through 4. So there's that, I guess, but they're also the mobile ports, and that's also because up until me getting, like, this tower, I've never had a thing that would actually play games well. Yeah. So, we're going to be starting the gaming channel. We're probably going to be starting the journey of me learning how to video games better, because that's important. But the biggest update is new apartment, new office. Once we're actually settled in-ish and we have more of the things figured out, there may be a tour. Honestly, there's not really much of a tour to give that you can't see from literally this angle. The main thing you can't see from this angle is the desk that I'm sitting at and the door. So, like, probably won't necessarily do a tour, but I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I never did a tour of the other one because the other one was like half this size. The other one was the size of this room if it ended at the wall. You can see the corner of right there. And just only went that way. That's it. My other one was tiny. But anywho. Oh, that's the other update. In terms of the losing weight thing, I am down to 315, which is good, especially given that I haven't really been exercising as much as I should be because I've been busy moving. Moving, putting everything away, doing all of that fun stuff was taking up basically the majority of our time. So... one of the main reasons that we ended up with this apartment instead of the other ones that we were thinking of doing is because this apartment complex actually has, like, an on-site little mini gym and a pool. So, that's going to be great. In terms of other updates, I'm learning how to do basic animation, so that's fun. So there might be some animation hitting this channel in the near-ish future. Alternatively, there will probably just be a update later that's me announcing a different channel where all of the animation's going to go, because that would be more of a channel that would be for not only me doing the animation, but also the other team of us that's also doing the animation, and also the fact that they would be having voice actors over there. So, one of those things is going to happen. Probably both of those things, actually, because me doing little mini animations and then just putting them up on my channel for no good reason is also an option. I guess not for no good reason, but, you know. I've also kind of already been posting a lot of little mini animations for things, but those have mostly been, like, pixel art animations and stuff. And those have been, like, really mini, because those have been mostly shorts. But, yeah. And this has been all of the updates that I have. The goal is, 1, for me to continue losing weight, obviously. That's why we moved to a place that has an on-site gym. 2, get the doodly-doo Brain just shut down for a minute there. Hold on. Brain. Yep. Brain was just like, we're done. We're done. You don't get more words. Gaming channel. That's the thing. So we actually basically just ordered the rest of the stuff we need for the gaming channel. So that's going to be going up soon. That one is mostly going to be run by my boyfriend, obviously, because that's kind of the thing. And that's going to be fun because some of it's going to be recorded in here and some of it's going to be recorded in our living room. And who knows, we might do some of it in the bedroom because that would also not be difficult to record. Because both of our between the two of us, we had a total of 3 computers, like 3 computer towers. Also, between the 2 of us, we had plenty of monitors and like TVs to use and choose from. So, fun. That means that we have a computer tower for both of our TVs, which means that recording both of them will not be difficult. This one is obviously the better one because this one has to handle me doing animation and rendering, and this is the editing tower. But the order goes this one and then his and then my secondary one. And that was kind of the reason the other one that I had was a secondary one. It wasn't important for me to have 2 highly functional computers. It was more so just important that I had another computer downstairs to do some basic things on, like writing and stuff. But the other 2 are going to be but the other 2 are going to slowly be built and upgraded over the course of this year too. We're also going to be upgrading we're either going to upgrade this face cam to a different face cam and then use this one for art, or we're going to possibly just make this face cam the one that goes over there with that, with the art setup. We're still working on that. Annoyingly, my other webcam that I had decided that it was going to not work on Josh's tower. That doesn't make any sense to me. So that one has been giving me problems basically since I got it, which I guess is fair. It's like a $15 webcam. I bought it mostly so that I could have a webcam and mic for downstairs too. That way if I needed to do something on Discord downstairs, I had the ability to do that. So yeah. Things. Those things are less important. The main thing is announcing the disconnect that is going to be happening for a little while while I'm possibly putting up things from this office or not. Honestly, it kind of depends on how long it takes to get everything situated. And then how long it takes to get everything else done. But yeah. Life updates. I think that's all of the things. This office is just a tiny bit of a mess still. But that's going to just be a thing for a bit, because that's how life works. I don't know how else to explain that one. It's just, when you first move into a place, the first, at least couple weeks is a little bit off. And it's only been a week, and like I said, we're not done moving things. The main problem is that the rest of the things that we need to move from my house, at least, are either annoying or heavy. And because most of my things are upstairs, and we have to get them downstairs, that's really where the issue comes in. Yeah. So anyway, that is all of the things that I can think of for now. I will make an announcement video once the gaming channel actually starts becoming a thing. I will... My coffee is dripping down the straw. How dare it? Anywho. Yeah. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that needs said. Toodaloo.